Hey, hello there. Angela from Alegna Soap and Soapmaking Soliloquy here. And I'm untangling a immersion blender. So this weekend on Sunday, I've got an event over at Nest on Main in Northport. So a bunch of people are going to be coming and they're going to be making and designing and creating their own soap. So hello, hello. So this is what they're going to be making. They can either cut it like brownies, I tell them, or they can cut it like pound cake. And I thought since it's Valentine's Day coming up pretty soon, I wanted to make some hearts. Okay, so we're going to make some hearts, different colors, so that they can put it either on top of their soap or inside their soap. So let's get started. And thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Let's move you down here. All right, so these are the colors I have. This is Mad Mica True Red. So we're going to make some red hearts. We will make some purple hearts. All right, we're going to make some, I like to call this Barbie pink. They probably have it trademarked. So it's called bubblegum, which is actually a pretty good color name for it. And this one is a really light pink. It's pretty delicate. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing I have to do is get my mask on and get my gloves on. Let me put this soap away and move this over here so you can see it. So it is freezing here still on Long Island, not as cold as it's been. It's probably in the 30s as opposed to when it was in the teens. That was really something else. But all the snow we got, it's just not melting. It's just still here. So usually when it snows, it melts within a couple of days. But we still have a lot of snow. Any snow where you are? All right, so I'm going to have to be really careful here because this container is not really the right size. You can see how high, but I wanted something with a pitcher so that I could pour it easily. Because if you've watched me before, you know I'm a messy soap maker. All right, we just want to emulsify it. I don't want to get it too thick. And again, I'm not putting any scent in this. Cold by you, huh? Yeah. All right, so that's actually pretty good for emulsified. So let's start pouring. And I bet you I'll even spill this because that's how graceful I am. All right, yeah, see how that happens? Why does that happen? I don't know. All right, so let's pour this. I'm gonna pour some purple. Yeah, so we just understand that I make a mess. And I will pour that in there, and that way it's all mixed up. Get all that soapy goodness out. All right, and there we go. So now that we made a mess, let's clean up a little bit. Okay. So all these colors are so gorgeous. I get them from a company called Mad Mica. I think they're in Florida. Is Florida still freezing? Thank you, cute soap. Yeah. I hope the people in the workshop like these hearts. All right, so we're gonna mix this a little bit. Get all that mixed. That's a nice deep red. There was a while where it was difficult to get a red that would stick in cold processed soap, and you just could not get a good red. But I don't know. I guess well, that was years ago when I was first starting out. But now they have really ways of working with the pH of the soap. All right, let's get the purple one. Look at this, more mess here. All right. All right, so we're going to start with the lightest one. Let's just get that out, get this out. And I'm going to use the stick blender on them just to get them a little bit thicker. And let's put them in the order in which I am going to stick blend them. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're going to start with this one. Let's make sure that's mixed well. All right, then we'll go into the pink one. And none of these have fragrances because the people in the workshop, all right, so let's do this one. I'm not sure whether this is a good idea because the red and the purple, actually the red and the purple might actually be okay. Just be a little bit more of a red or purple. Yeah, that worked out. So the people who are in the workshop, they will be um, choosing their own um, choosing their own scent. So I didn't want to give them a scent in these. So this is a heart-shaped mold and it has all these things on it just because it tends to open up and leak. So I've just found that this was the best way to deal with it. We are going to make these purple. And I'm just going to pour that in like this. And we're going to make small purple hearts. There we go. All right, put that off to the side. Now let's make some red hearts. I'm going to have a lot of this left over, which is going to be fun because we will maybe make some soap for soup with it all. There we go. It's getting thick. You see that? All right. So I was saying it's pretty cold here on Long Island still. It's in the 30s. It's better than it was before, but the snow that we had is not melting. So there's like piles of snow pretty much everywhere. Let's move this. Let's make this one the hot pink. So it is getting thick. I'm just going to give it a little stir. And that way, hopefully it'll move a little bit smoother. Yeah, usually when we have a big snow, it doesn't stick. It kind of melts after a while, but like it is crazy. There's piles of these hills and parking lots. Um, Nuts. All right, so I can't look up to see if you guys have any questions. Um, yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. This is going to be hearts for a workshop that I'm doing over at Nest on Main on Sunday. If you're on Long Island, I think they've got a couple of openings still. I don't know for sure. Let me get some of these hearts. These are cool too because I can give them like my grandsons, they like hearts. My girlfriend's grandkids, they like the hearts too. They're kind of cute. And I'll cut them up and finish, fix them up so they're not a mess like they kind of look now. All right. Can we get one more out of here? I think we can, don't you? There we go. All right. So there we go. We got these hearts here. We're just going to give it a little shake and continue with the soapy mess. And then we'll use these for the light pink. Oh, you subscribed. Thank you so much. I am so excited. I finally got my goal for 2025. I think I've been on YouTube for 18 months, and my goal by 2025 was to have 1,000 subscribers. And I didn't make it, but that's okay because I hit it like in January. I was really close. And I really do appreciate everybody who subscribes. I've tried to do a couple of videos where like I edit them and everything, and honestly, I'm just not that good at it. I kind of like going live better than doing an edited video. Because yeah, honestly, you never know what's going to happen. I did a video once. I did a Facebook live, and I had a soap with a volcano. So what happened was I had used a fragrance oil for someone that I had never worked before, and the soap temperatures were very hot, and the soap literally volcanoed in the middle of the mold. When you mix uh, vinegar and baking soda, the kids do those projects. Well, that's what it was like. It is crazy. So, like, you never know what's going to happen when I go live, and I don't know. I kind of like that. I'm not. And again, I'm not really good with what is that? Figuring out how to edit crap, and I don't know. I guess I could learn because you really can learn anything now. When I first learned how to make soap, I went to the library and I got a book. All right, so let's move this over here. There was no YouTube, I couldn't watch a video to learn how to make. I just made soap. Okay, so we've got a whole ton of colors left. So let's just take this mold and make a soap. We can make this a soap for soup. All right, get all that soapy goodness out. So does anybody have exciting plans for Valentine's Day? My husband and I have been married 45 years at this point, and even when we were younger, we really weren't big on gifts. So I know I got him a card, so that's probably what he'll do because that's what we usually do is just something simple like that. But I get that a lot of people are really into Valentine's Day. I don't know, to me it's kind of a lot of pressure. I don't like any kind of pressure anymore. I'm too old for pressure. All right, let's do let's do the pink because I think I've got another mold, another heart mold. We could put the rest of the purple ones in. So we'll put some purple in there. You know what? Let's kind of swirl this in so everything gets a little bit of the there. Everybody gets a little bit of the pink, the hot pink, and we're going to put the purple on here. Here we go. And there we go. All right. So this is cool. Let me get another heart mold and we'll make some more hearts. So this is the mold that I used. I was on a television show called, oh God, what was the name of the show? I can't believe I can't remember the name of the show, but I was on this television show. And they couldn't have the brand name of the mold on the show. So it was a long time ago. So I had to cut it off. So that's what I did. So now it's going to drive me crazy that I can't remember the name of the show. Let me see. Okay, but I don't really. I missed your comment. I'll have to take it. I'll have to look back again. Where can I buy that soap? So it'll be on my website at some point. It'll be a soap for soup. Send me a direct message because usually when people buy soap for soup, I just give them whatever one I have. If you want that specific one, send me a message. And Angela at alegnasoap.com is the email. This is really messy. All right. I think I got enough hearts. What do you think? Yeah. So off camera, I will scrape these pictures down a little bit better. I don't want to make you watch me do this. It's kind of boring. But I will, oops, I'll wipe them down a little bit, get some more out. That one's going to be a multicolor one. We'll get all colors in there. But anyway, okay, let me see you guys. And let me take this off. So So yeah, so that, oh my God, my hair, look at that. You think that I would look in a mirror before I actually do these, but no. Anyway, so thank you so so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate all the comments. Appreciate all of you who are subscribed, and I appreciate all of you who are not subscribed and watch me anyway. That is it for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you.